and welcome to Joseph's Model Railway and Toy Room. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me. Just a little bit of housekeeping. You don't need to like, follow, or subscribe to any of the videos I put out there. I just put them out there where I can. Have a holly jolly great time doing so. Now, note the hair before the haircut. Thank you so much for joining me today as we're going to return to what you can see on the screen here, which of course is the beloved Fawlty Towers build that we've been up to. And in this video, we're now going to, we've got the slab down, we've got the walls up, we've done the exterior painting and exterior detailing, and then we've done floor coverings and wallpaper, and goodness knows now, we are ready to start to get walls into place now, get the electrical or the lighting put into it. And we're also going to start putting in the key bits of furniture and detail and things like that. I can't sort of do the lighting without sort of getting all the bits together, because while the walls are going to remain semi-removable for the most part, if we ever needed to go in and do something, we're sort of going to start putting it all together now and then sitting a roof on top. Don't worry, the roof is in another video, and as mentioned, we'll talk about that as we get there. But today's video, we're going to dive into this electrical and putting bits of furniture and things like that in. Now, before we do, as you can see, Fawlty Towers, for those of you that don't know, popular BBC TV show, legendary stuff. Only 13 episodes if I'm not mistaken. This particular image I've got it paused on at the moment is from the Builders episode. I make mention of that because we also, for the landscaping, we meet O'Reilly, the rather shonky builder who never gets anything done. As a result, and if you haven't seen it, the video regarding how we did the landscaping, how it sort of sits on that sort of slope and the road and the sign, which of course I did in flowery twats as opposed to the Fawlty Towers one in one episode. Check that link out, which I'm sure is somewhere on the screen, because we also did a follow-up where you'll see there's a little wall that's being built, which Riley never finished. There's a garden gnome where at that episode, Basil's going to insert that into Mr. O'Reilly. And also we then did a follow-up video where we actually put O'Reilly's truck down on the site as well. So a lot to be seen and had there. But let me just get you in while we've got, this is the Builders episode. Let me just get that camera a little bit more in on the screen at the moment. That's getting in nice and close. That being said, what I wanted to just do here, and I'm sure we'll probably end up just throwing the still shot up anyway, but let me just flick over, because here it is without the text in front of it. And this section of the building, because when we still need to sort this roof out, we still need to do things with the chimneys, or I'm at least going to have two chimneys. I don't know if we'll get the one at the other end. And we're going to be covering how they've got their antenna array. So that's in another video. But why I just want to come in on this shot, and what we'll do, because we probably can't see it all that well from where you are, so I'll transition you to a still shot of what you're looking at. But I just really wanted to get you to pay attention to the side of the building on the left, which is where I had that little bit of wall sticking out. Now, this is the frameable size of what you're going to see on the layout. We still get the bay window, and we still get these windows over here, albeit not as much. And from the roof shape, as you can see, it looks like things sort of start to close in at the top, when in actual fact, that's one section of the hotel, any more than the lower section we're doing over here. So there's actually more to the hotel that actually keeps going. Let's swap you over to another screen. Of course, this is the image we're actually going for in all its irony here with the bit of there, and there's the flowery twats, and just there, it's the front part of the building I'm looking for, this recognisable thing with the two topiaries right there, which is what we've covered earlier. But if we have a quick look here, you'll see it actually does still go out, and would make more sense that the kitchen is sort of framed off here and then into the dining room, which is kind of the image we get when you watch it. But that being said, this is pretty much what I wanted to pull you in and explain, is that we're just where the wall does cut out, that's where our hotel ends. That's why I wanted to give you this kind of shot here to sort of show and frame in that it's not too far-fetched off what I'm trying to do there. I'm getting that kind of edge there. So on the right angle, that can look reasonably plausible for what it is that we're effectively chasing, I think. Let's get stuck into it today, shall we?
So that's correct. I just took a little bit of glue and just blobbed the glue down on this particular section to turn it into a bed. We'll see how that one goes. and just a little quick few holes. There's just a few we need to drill for those cords to go through. So just to touch on really briefly, we're going to be putting some stuff into Fawlty Towers. I've just got this knock sort of restaurant scene. So I've got some chairs and tables. I also have this scene here, which has some bits and pieces to do with a bedroom, you know, the sort of the side tables and things like that, which I want to talk to you about now. And I thought we're obviously going to put a pool table into the bar area. I know there wasn't one, but it seemed right. Another section for the other room, and here's someone sitting down eating. So we'll make some good use of that. We may even, I've even got the office furniture, so we may well repurpose this. I know the front counter is black, we might paint it, but this counter would work in our favor. I did actually make my own, but I think this might be, even though you're not going to see the computer and there's no computers, but I think this would be a better way to go to fit the scene. So as you can see with this kit, it obviously comes with the dresser table and a bed and the bedside tables and a door. We may even just refit that door elsewhere, I think, but that's just something in the kit I thought we could just hack away at. As you can see, I did get my order direct from Woodland Scenics with the lighting we need for the building, which is just warm and cool white respectively, stick-on LEDs, but some of these nano ones. Speaking of the nano ones, so as you may or may not be able to see, we have a bedside table left and right with a little lamp on it. I think the detail is rather extraordinary. And what we've done is put the LED nano behind it, so we should be able to just control a nice glow. We'll discuss more about that as we carry on. And as you can see, we've obviously started to drill out a hole there for our cabling to come down into for those lamps, and an additional one which will be hidden behind a panel. You won't see this hole, but the hole that we're going to feed that then through to get through to the master bit, which will be living at the back of the hotel and feed down to our lighting hubs. Well, here we are. And of course, I'm not sure where it is at the moment, but we do have the internal wall for the lobby done, where we've put a hole in for some cabling, and the wonderful moose's head for her to snag her cardies on, and of course the fire alarm. That was all from that particular episode. Now, we've got some things to put in there. There's no right or wrong with what we're doing here, and just some bits and pieces that most of it's just from knock, and it's just HO, and that's fine because we're just looking to put detail of the building. There's nothing really in there to be comparing a lot with. It's just to add a little interest if you peep inside. Again, some of the windows were frosted, and we're going to let some lighting glow through. So just quickly on lighting, it wasn't, as you'd be aware, and we've covered it in a video, link somewhere on the screen, the Woodland Scenics Just Plug system. That's where we mount these lighting hubs up, and we've got 4 independent dimmers. We can add our linker plugs up to splice them up and get what we need going where, distribution hubs, a whole range of things. So all of the lighting on my layout is controlled by just one single wall transformer and dozens of these, or quite a few of these hubs scattered around the place. So we have the infrastructure in place. We just needed some more lights, and we're using a couple here. These are just your usual stick-on LED ones. I have them in both warm and cool white depending, and as you can see, you plug it in and there's your SMD style LED. It's actually adhesive. I still always put a drop of glue on it and put it where we want. We get a nice diffusion we can do. Warm white, obviously we're going to focus on our dining room area, and of course a cool white I do want in the lobby, and making our way back to a warm white, albeit maybe even a little cool white light over our 8-ball pool table, snooker table, what have you. Now, the other type of lighting you've probably spotted, and we did just lightly touch on before, are these nano lights. And let's just open them up for those of you that don't know. So again, the same fitting as you expect, but this is the globe at the end. Very small. We even went about installing these on our Smith's truck video, link somewhere, where we use these to create the front headlamps and the rear tail lights, and we've used them in a couple of other applications, up to and including on our navigational channel markers we have over in the coastal scene. So quite useful in that situation. And if you think you're getting a bit of deja vu because you've seen those before, you have. And I'm sure the glue's dried now. We actually have attached them, and you can see this is, if we come in nice and close here, you'll probably see this is our bedside tables. And as you can see, I just mounted it just behind it just to give a bit of a glow off for one of the bedrooms. So and of course warm white. The cool whites usually have a little bit of a lighter blue heat shrink on them. So we're going to get that sorted out in this episode. So we've got these lights that we're going to be putting in. The rest of the stuff for the most part is just from Knock, from the office furniture we had. This was from a bedroom here with a bit of a bedroom suite. And as you can see, we've got a bed. It's just been, obviously someone's gotten up. The makeup table and mirror, although I want to use something else for that. We even have this, the makeup situation and a door. I think we can actually use that door. It would fit quite well into a scene. It's not far off again what we were doing, but we've got that. Some people, not so much, but we might, you know, someone hanging some clothes up or things. The rest are to do with, it's a funny scene, what we're going to use for the dining room. There's some chairs and tables. We've got, this is just another one in the makeup one we'll probably use in one of the upstairs bedroom. There's a chap actually sitting down with the food here. It seemed like a good thing. A chef there. The bit for your waiter to stand. So I thought we'll just put some bits and pieces into places and create some sort of a scene down in the dining room. In the lobby, we did talk about, we used it from this kit actually, was this front counter, which we did put a lick of black paint over it. I did actually build my own, but I think we're going to leave it there. And of course, in the bar area, I don't know if what we're going to do with the rest, but we actually have a pool table. Some chaps here look like they're having a game of pool, so we're going to use that. Up to and including from Sexy Scenes here from Knock. This is the more adult thing. We won't go into that, but I did, of course, pick up the bed frames, and I thought we could develop our own bed for something there. So let's get stuck into it, shall we? So there's really not a great amount to really happen in the video from a technical perspective here. We're literally just going to blob a bit of our PVA glue down, and I don't want everything being in place, but it's going to be. So as you know, I usually just take a little pin or something like that to take a little bit of glue. And for example, when we're putting things down like the table and things like that, I'll just put a little bit of glue on one of the legs and sit it into place. That way, if it does have to be moved, there's minimum disruption where possible. In fact, I could probably use our tacky glue to sit it in, but we're really not going to be manipulating anything here. These are all designed to go into the building. So I don't want to hold you up too much. I think what we'll just do is bring it over and fast forward or time lapse it or whatever this technology is. And you'll just see me starting to populate this building now. Well, let's get started now, shall we? And of course, we get some glue down. We're going to get a few LED lights. The Woodland Scenics just plug ones wired in where we need them. Of course, it is a warm white for the rooms, except for a cool white we'll use in the lobby. But we're going to also take a little bit of scrap of that frosted glass that we used for the buildings and use it as a diffuser. We glue that directly on top of the LEDs as we start to now get the dining room ready to be populated. Of course, we also did take a little bit of extra glue, and I did just go back with the styrene and decided to create these lovely architraves as one of the diffusers that I've really gone over to town with. But there's our architraves looking very snazzy. Just did it in the dining room, and we took a few and overlapped them in this style so that I could put them where the windows are. I haven't done them all yet, that's next, but it makes it look like they go up and down accordingly. Adds a nice little bit of depth, I think. We start populating the dining room now. That's on the left-hand side. There's a little dessert cart or serving trolley that I didn't glue down enough. It fell over. I can't fish it back out. It's stuck where it is now. It's a shame, but I did put it next to the chef. a rather stoutly looking gentleman who we'll say is Kurt from that gourmet episode where they did have, he fell in love with Manuel and got drunk, and it was a bit of a doozy. But needless to say, Terry is the other chef. Let's look at the bedroom on the left-hand side upstairs. Would look better with some bedside tables and extra detail. I used it in the other bedroom behind it, we'll come back to. But since the roof will hopefully just lift off, I should be able to do more with that later on. Of course, here we are getting the pool table down into the bar area and getting the lobby done as we start to put our wiring into place. And you can see we also tried our hand at our own indoor plants here, or topiary or whatever you want to call it. I can't say it's obviously perfect, but I think it did add a nice little touch here. And all I did to create the pots for those plants was quite simply just take a little bit of the card and roll it around a pencil. And as you can see, a drop of glue as it's just gone down there. I think they look all right. Plenty of serviceable room to get to these LEDs if we ever need to swap things out. I think that didn't turn out all that bad. Did go in with some putty accordingly and some figures just in place. So the upstairs bedroom, we've got some room still to move, but at least we've got something in there at the moment. I think it's okay. There's Kurt, our chef. And I think that did frame out. And a waiter. That could be Manuel, but it isn't. I'm hoping we're going to put him somewhere else. Hey, there's someone waiting for his Waldorf salad. It feels like we should have our music coming in now, as I usually do as I start to get to these shots, and I'll start shutting my mouth. Put a person in there, as you can well see. There's that music. Perfect. In the lobby just there. And this is starting to look pretty good where we are. And just quickly pay attention to this little bit of greenery on the end of the wall here. Just a bit of briar patch attached and trying to follow what we see. Don't worry too much about that. We'll see a lot more of that when we sit it back onto its slab and get it into its forever home.
Well, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, had a haircut. Yes, indeed. Amazing what 24 hours can do to you. Well, look, thank you so much for joining me in this. I think it goes without saying that surprises that may be spotted in a corner are going to appear in their own video, which will be appropriately rated, as you may well have figured out what's going on. For the rest of you, though, the journey shall continue. I'd like to thank you so much, as always, for joining me in this one, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Stay safe. Toodles!